Was there a moment for you when you suddenly knew you were the older actor?
Yeah, when I turned on the light and looked down on my face was on the floor.
But that's what sort of why I kind of get bemused, I think, when I suddenly realize that I'm the grown-up in the room, and I'm like, wait, me? This guy?
I'm gonna tell one on myself now.
Okay. Oh God, I'm scared. The Working Actor NYC. That's Patrick Richwood.
Oh my God, that's Benjamin Howes.
This episode of The Working Actor NYC may contain profanity and some adult concepts, so please use your discretion.
Benjamin Howes, how are you?
Good, darling. It's good to see your face. Quick recap. Oh, so the awesome part is that we no longer have a Sunday night show. So that means, the energy of the theater was fucking golden, because everybody was like, oh my God, we're going to be out of here by 4:30 in the afternoon and have our entire Sunday evening to ourselves. It was so exciting.
Yeah,
Isn't it crazy though that
little things.
It's crazy though that we love what we do, but we can't wait to stop doing it.
Like, I love what I do. I've always loved what I do.
Yeah.
I'll never not want to do what I do. But
yes,
but sometimes you go, oh God, how do I? Oh, I gotta do what? I gotta meet a new cat. I gotta look for an agent. I gotta do that.
It never stops, does
Sort of,
it?
it sort of never does stop. I think it's the nature. It's the nature of being an artist. Like, we love to blame the business and say, this business is fucked up. It wasn't like that in my day. You kids get out of my yard.
You're sounding like an old fart, Patrick, which fascinatingly enough is what we're talking about today. Not being an old fart, but aging in the acting world.
Is that what we're talking about?
That's what we're you forgot already.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Wait a minute. There's someone in the room. When I did Can in Westchester with this lovely group of people, just lovely group of people, and I was playing the comedy lead, Boris, and he has these cronies, these young artists, they worship him, and he's an idiot. And these three guys were kind of young, and I was already, I guess, about 80 or 85 or 90. And I noticed that from the get-go, the director and the cast were like, oh, let's do what he says. Pay attention to Patrick. Watch what he's doing. Like, let's take notes. Like, as if I was some kind of Yoda. And I noticed it, but I didn't. I just kind of did my thing, and I utilized that because it was fun to say, "Can we try this? Are you ready to take it up?"
Yeah.
And I was suddenly like the old guard who, back in the day, he worked with the greats. He was in vaudeville.
But two things about that. Like, I think at a certain point, you realize that has been given to you. It's like respect isn't something that you put on yourself. Other people put it on you.
Without any notice.
You're like, well,
all of a sudden.
When did that happen? But what I notice about myself is that I am these days way more secure about accepting that role in the room, about being the one who can play and do something really stupid, at the risk of, I don't know, maybe centering the energy of the room around myself for a moment. Only for a moment, just to try something out and see if it gets a laugh and to see if it works. But I'm way more secure about doing that these days than I used to be. Before, I would go, oh, I better not try that. That's not really my lane. I better leave that to somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
You used to be such a downer. I don't know.
But the other thing about it is like, wait. You all think that I'm the grown-up in the room? You think that
I know. I spoke and everybody just shut up and listened. I mean, you could get drunk with power. Let's be real. Like, if you have a director who sees it one way and you see it another, that's just tiring.
It's exhausting. Yeah, that can be exhausting. Yeah.
That's exhausting. And now as I've gotten older, and what is there?
Question mark?
I don't really sweat that stuff anymore.
Yes.
If the director's determined to have it be a certain way, I'll find my way to that
Great.
and
Great.
do it
No
in
problem.
my without losing my artistic, yeah.
Yeah.
But but generally now I've noticed that I'm not thinking, "Oh no, all the attention's on me. I'm sucking the energy. I'm taking up all the
Oxygen.
time."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I know I'm not. I know it's all gotta be built and
But also,
I think
neither of us is an asshole, so we're not going to make it about us all the time. But
well,
yes, what?
one of us.
Oh wait, which one is he
And
talking
we
about?
each know which one it is.
But do you know what I mean?
Listeners, we love your input here.
But you know what I
If you
mean?
like
It's like
topic,
neither of us is going to do that constantly and make it all about us. And I have certainly worked with those people who are determined to make the process all about themselves. And
yeah,
so I'm just more secure about claiming my moment of it and then, passing the baton to the next moment, whoever that
yeah.
happens to go to.
'Cause you ever worked with those people that and this is a drag too, because it's such a bore. When people are like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not. Oh, I'll ask later. I don't know. Oh, it's no big deal. I just want to know. Do you think maybe I should? Because I don't know. Or they say those catchphrases like, "Do you think there's any value in um, what color on the palette do you think it would be if I?"
That's
I smell, some juice over here in this business, and I found that the older I get, because 9 times out of 10, I'm like, "Oh, you want an Eve Arden here? Okay, got it." You
Eve
know
Arden. Okay,
you know
okay, okay.
you know what I'm saying, though? It's like, "Oh, I understand what you
No,
mean."
and here's the other point. The thing that I know that I'm the old fart is when I make references that nobody else understands.
Except the director sometimes gets it, and I mean, obviously, if the director's too young, I'm not gonna but I love when I can pull out
Eve Arden?
"Oh, this is a you wanna okay, I see. I see what you want here. You want a Fred Gwynn. Okay, got it."
And
With an afterthought of Vivian Vance.
everybody's going, "What the fuck are you
What and
talking
then you do
about?"
it, and they're like, "Oh,
Just
that's what
blank
oh, yeah,
stares.
that's Martin." Yeah,
And the other and
I
the reverse is also true for me. I you know, tried to, ease my way into conversations in the rehearsal room or backstage or whatever, where younger people are talking about something, and I realized that I have no idea what they're actually talking about. When you were younger and in the industry, how did you treat older actors?
That's such an interesting question. I'm not the type that just automatically gave them respect because they were old. I looked for the thing that I wanted to study or the thing that I wanted to I got hooked into whatever it was that they did that mesmerized me,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Sure.
I Usually it was their work. I wasn't necessarily instantly like, "Ooh, there's a master. I have to watch them," because I didn't know that. I really didn't.
What's sort of the interesting observation to me is that as I was sort of prepping for this conversation, is that I feel as though the hard thing about this conversation, or not the hard thing, but the thing that's missing for this conversation is that if we were talking with somebody female presenting, it would be entirely different, I feel,
Yes,
because
the way
aging is
this
a totally different ball game depending on whether you're male presenting or female presenting.
yeah, the way the industry is to them is not is completely unfair. It's like wow, what a surprise! In the arts, female presenting people always had a tougher row of it, had a tougher time of it. There were more hoops to jump through, in my opinion, and I think that's like that out
Well,
in the world.
I think there were fewer roles
For older, you mean for older?
for older women than there are for older men. What's changed more, the industry or your patients?
God, I don't think the industry's changed. I know the industry's changed in all kinds of ways.
Oh yeah.
But no matter, it's always a pain. It's always hard. It's always like, it's always going to be whatever the industry is, the industry is. I think my patience has gotten better. I think my
It's
patience
gotten
is,
better.
I do think so. I think you're like, really? What was it like before?
No, 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 no. It's just that you kind of expect it to be the opposite.
I have more patience now.
I agree. I think I'm like
But
that too.
I have more patience because I see as the older you get, hopefully, the bigger the picture gets. You start to see your blinders go like this as you get
Yeah,
older.
yeah.
Hopefully, you're working on yourself. And let's face it, we're artists. We're always working on ourselves. How can we not? We're in the business of becoming other people for a while and having to be, convincingly walk around in other people's shoes. How can you not be an observer of
And
people in life?
adaptable and changer and curious, and
Yes.
all of that stuff has gotten better for me with age, which I'm thankful
And then
for.
that is reflected in your life too, don't you feel?
In what way?
I mean, in terms of your relationships and your interpersonal relationships. Is that a word? That is a word, right? I don't know what it means, but I'm going to use it anyway.
It sounds
Um,
great.
it sounds fancy and smart. I sound smart when I say interpersonal. Interpersonal.
I'm into personal relationships, many as I can get my hands on.
I all at once. Um,
I've
I
been to
think
that party.
I think there's a yes, you are that party. Or you used to be. See, that's the other thing about getting older. It's like, yeah, I used to be, but I don't care.
I used to be the cute one. No, I don't care.
I think the biggest thing about aging in the business or anywhere is not only accepting it, like, because a lot of people accept it begrudgingly. Like I looked for sure. You can just look at any movies that I was in. I looked 10 years younger than I
Right.
was,
Yeah.
all up until I was 50. And then when I turned about 53 or 54, on the floor, my face was on the floor, and all of a sudden, I was using duct tape,
Oh, God.
like, to keep it up.
Gorgeous.
I did not like that suddenly I looked my age.
See, I had a different journey because I was playing older from a younger age, and so I've sort of grown into my looks, and I'm fine with that. So I've sort of never been tempted to lie about my age or anything. And I'm also a little bit like, yeah, I'm 54, so big deal. I have no reason to be ashamed of where I am in my career. I have no reason to be ashamed of where I am in my life. There's no reason for sort of subterfuge. I don't know. It's
There's no reason for it, but there's no logical reason for it, I'm gonna guess that secretly, if we looked inside the heads of our listeners, that this would be true. This would be there for a lot of them because it's there for me. There's a disconnect between who I think I am
oh,
and how I present and how I actually present on this
100%.
camera. So
100%.
I like when
That's
I'm
why I
walking
always
around 33 and then I catch a reflection in the window or the mirror and I'm like, "Ah,
yeah. Who's that old man? Oh, that's me. Shit. Um,
what?"
but that's what sort of why I kind of get sort of a little bit bemused, I think, when I suddenly realize that I'm the grown up in the room, and I'm like, wait, me? This guy's the grown up? Oh shit!
You hit upon something important, which is you were always playing older characters than you were Angela Lansbury.
I
You were
am.
playing 35 when you were 20.
Yeah. No, it's
You
true.
know, I mean, she was always except for her first movie, which was Dorian Gray, the picture of Dorian Gray, where she sang "Goodbye, little yellow bird." Then she looked young because she was playing young, and she looked young in Gaslight. But then they started to go, oh, in the Harvey Girls. You remember that movie, The Harvey Girls?
No, of course not.
Judy Garland. Of course you do. You
I
don't?
don't know.
What kind of gay are you?
It's
How
an
is that possible?
uneducated one,
I'm
apparently.
sitting you down and watching The
But
Harvey
it was
Girls.
like Manchurian Candidate or something, where she was in her 30s and playing
She
a
was younger than
60-year-old
Frank
mother, or
Sinatra.
something,
Playing Frank Sinatra's mother, yeah.
Yeah.
But in The Harvey Girls, which is this MGM musical Benjamin with Judy Garland, and she plays the antagonist, and she's a madam at this house out in the Old West in this whorehouse, and she looks stunning, and she looks like she's fucking 40, and she's like 25 or something.
Yeah. No, I was in my late 20s when I was playing 40. So was there a moment for you when you suddenly knew you were the older actor? Because I know when mine was.
Yeah, when I turned on the light and looked down on my floor, my face was on the floor.
So yours
I
was
heard
around
heard this
54?
nasty sound. It was like a thud.
I was on tour with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I went on tour in my 40s. And the last time I had been on tour was in my 30s. And so my brain just thought, oh, this is going to be the same sort of experience. We're all going to go out on adventures together. And that's totally not what happened. I suddenly realized after a few months, I was like, oh, everybody in their 20s and 30s sees me as generationally obsolete because I'm in my 40s. It was just
Oh, that
totally.
was that kind of cast?
Yeah, it wasn't, and I don't think it was, well, they didn't know it was malicious in a way. Do you know what I mean? They were just being themselves and attracting each
You mean
other.
they didn't know it hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because I feel as though I had probably behaved similarly when I was their age. It was like, oh yeah, I don't mind going to Ed Dixon's dressing room and hanging out with him during the show because he's fun and funny and has amazing stories, and I enjoy that. But I'm not gonna text him after the show and say, "Hey, we're going to this hot bar. Do you want to come with us?"
Right.
And all of a sudden, I found myself that when I was in my 40s, that was what was happening to me, and I'm like, wait. You mean we're not going to get together unless I organize it? Oh, that was a rude awakening for me.
I think it depends on the cast, don't you? It just depends on that particular group of people and what they do chemically. Because this past winter, I worked with two different companies. One was young. They were both had young people and old people.
Yeah.
Or old, my age, whatever. I was the oldest, but it was like we were playing, and we were playing like we were supposed to be in our 40s, the people who were old. And then there were younger people. The young people seemed like they were all in their 40s. They were all so, except for a couple. A couple of them were like completely unavailable, and that was just the way it was. They were just completely into their own things. And I'll tell you the truth. I can't lie. My thought was, how sad for them. What a shame for them.
Yeah.
That they're not aware of the group they're in, because it was a really top-notch group for the most part.
Right.
And then the next show I did was all thoroughbreds. Every single person in it was a thoroughbred, young to old. Everybody was we were all on the exact same page, and we all adored each other.
Yeah.
And there were 20-year-olds, and the oldest guy was 67, 68, something like that. There were lots of people throughout the whole spectrum, but everybody was into it. I can't think of a person that wasn't completely into everybody and wanted to socialize and
I love that.
And we worked things out, and it was so much fun.
So this is what I was going to ask you. What would your younger self never believe about your current acting life?
Oh, God. I'm going to tell one on myself now.
Okay. Oh, God, I'm scared.
My younger self would never believe that I wasn't further along.
Wait, what do you mean by further along? What does that mean?
My younger self would have me already have a Tony on the shelf and a Academy Award on the nomination at least on the shelf.
Oh.
My younger self would have had me on Broadway, being a Broadway, a known, like a household name.
Oh, you can say star, Broadway star. You're allowed. Go on.
I wasn't thinking, yeah, I mean, a star, but I never thought in terms of being a star when I was young. I thought in terms of being like, it was just obviously like, oh, everybody's going to know my name.
Right.
And I'm going to be a center force in the Broadway tribe.
Yeah.
Wasn't even thinking about movies and TV. My younger self was certain that was going to happen.
Right.
And it did not go that way. Now, before we get maudlin, I don't have it that's if you had talked to me 5 years ago, if you talked to me even 3 years ago, I would still be working that out, because it doesn't matter the business we're in. Life doesn't go the way we expected it to go. It never goes the way we expected it to go. It's because it's like a wave. You can't plan the way a wave goes. You just can't. You can estimate.
Yeah.
And for a few people, it goes just the way they expected it to, until it doesn't.
Right.
The
next question is, what's the advice that you give to your younger self?
What's the advice you'd give to yours?
Stay curious. Stay curious, stay flexible. It doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. And that's great. It's going to go in completely new, different directions that you never even thought of. So stay open-minded, stay curious, because that gives you the flexibility that you need to navigate the stuff that you never saw coming.
That's good. And also, don't you think it, I want to come back to that, but
Yeah.
mine would be, remember why you're here. Remember why you're here. Remember
Purpose.
why you do this. Remember why you want to do this. Remember. Never forget that.
Right.
And that'll steer you straight. That'll always gain.
There's your North Star that you can guide towards.
True North thing, yeah. But the thing that you were saying about stay curious, don't you think that's true of in life? I've known people who were really old who, because of their curiosity, they remained young of mind and heart.
Absolutely. Oh, 100%.
They
That
did.
is so, it's golden. It is absolutely golden. And there's an attractiveness about that. Like those people that I work with who are still like that are the ones that I want to soak up like a sponge. I want to, they are the ones that I want to hang out with and be with and talk with and learn stuff about.
I also feel like the curiosity makes you a student of life. And don't you think that there's so many people, I would say the vast majority of people, accidentally probably, have it that once they hit, I don't know, 40 or something, they're supposed to know everything. They know it. Now
Isn't that
not,
a big lie that we've been told? I feel like that's a big old fucking lie
it's
we've been
some
told.
remnant from the 50s or something.
Exactly.
Where you grow up fast and have 1.2 kids and a car and a wife and have his husband or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And it's all like sort of,
that there's a fixed point that you're working towards. I'm like, that is bullshit. Listen, if I ever stop learning, shoot me in the fucking head right there, because
where's my gun?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that is when I'll know. Like, if I ever get to a point where I feel like I have nothing to learn from this situation, I have nothing to learn from these people. If I am in a situation where I feel like I have nothing to learn from these people, I'm instantly bored with the situation and I'm looking for a way out and the next thing.
I love when people say, God, how long have you been acting? And I'm like 44 years. And I always say to them, I am so grateful to get to do what I love.
Yeah.
But distinct from that, I still love what I do.
Yeah.
They're different and they go together, and that's man, if that's not the fountain of youth, I don't know what it is.
That'll keep you spring in your step.
That's right.
Wow, we really solved it all today.
I'd say so. Next.
Listeners and viewers, if you have gotten value out of this conversation, please share with us when you've been the youngest or the oldest in the cast. What were the connections that brought you together? Hit us up in the comments here on YouTube, or if you're listening to us on your favorite podcasting media, please rate, review,
rate us.
Rate us. Rate a queen.
Ready.
Rate a queen.
Just rate us. Just do it. Just go ahead and do it. And also older listeners. I want to hear from our older listeners and watchers. Like, I really want to hear what are your strategies, or are you dealing with that too?
Yeah. Tell us in the comments below here on YouTube, or hit us up on Instagram at the Working Actor NYC and DM us and let us know what your strategies are.
I feel we're going to be touching on this subject again.
Also, I just want to say that by the time this airs, we may well have a website, theworkingactornyc.com. I'm very excited about that.
Fancy.
So go and check us out over there as well. Also, goodies to explore over there.
Your thing, and like us because we like you.
Well,
one of us likes you. We each know which one that is. All right.
We're back there again.
That's what you call a callback. See, that's what.
Is that how it works?
Pay attention.
Oh, no, I get it. Okay. You're such a wise teacher. I'm going to call you Yoda.